I will never forget my first college trip. We were buzzing with excitement, ready for the adventure of a lifetime. Little did we know, our journey would take an unexpected turn that none of us could have anticipated. We boarded the bus laughing and sharing snacks. Suddenly, it stopped with a loud bang. The engine sputtered, went silent, and we were stuck in a dark, dense forest. Mr. Thompson gave us a comforting smile and said,
"Do not worry, everyone. There's a hotel nearby where we can stay for the night."
I felt a mix of excitement and curiosity. What kind of adventures awaited us in this unexpected stop? The hotel looked old and slightly spooky. Outside our windows, the forest loomed darkly, its shadowy form seeming to keep a watchful eye on us. Despite the unsettling atmosphere, my friends, Scarlett, Lim, Bud, and I, were thrilled by the unexpected adventure and excitedly proposed exploring the forest at night for a unique adventure. Scarlett was hesitant, and I was torn between curiosity and unease. Despite my nerves, I agreed. We waited until Mr. Thompson was asleep and then quietly slipped out with our flashlights. The forest was unnervingly quiet, with only the crunch of leaves and a distant owl breaking the silence. The smell of pine and damp earth was strong. Scarlett, nervous, said,
"Guys, maybe this is not such a great idea."
But Lum pressed on, leading the way with his flashlight. "Don't worry, it's just a bit of fog," I said, trying to sound brave. Scarlett and I laughed nervously and followed Lim, while Bud lagged behind, grumbling about how this was exactly how horror movies always begin. As we ventured deeper, the path grew less visible, and a thick fog began to surround us, wrapping around our legs like ghostly tendrils.
"Should go back,"
Scarlett urged, but Lim laughed, teasing,
"Are you scared of a little fog?"
Suddenly, a dark, imposing figure appeared through the fog, its pale, hollow-eyed face making us freeze in terror.
"Guys, run from here!"
Lem screamed, his voice full of panic. We sprinted as fast as we could, but the thick fog made it hard to see. It felt like the trees and shadows were closing in on us. Our heart raced and we felt like we were running in circles. The fog seemed to be trapping us, making it nearly impossible to find our way out. We ran until we were exhausted and collapsed in a small clearing. Out of breath, Scarlett cried, asking,
"What was that thing we saw? It looks so terrifying."
while Lim, usually confident, looked pale and shaken. "We need to find our way back," I said, trying not to sound scared. But every direction looked the same and the fog was so thick. The sky was blocked by the fog and we felt very lost. After what seemed like hours, we found an old, broken cabin.
"Should get inside. It's safer than staying out here."
Lim suggested, his voice trembling. Exhausted and frightened, we agreed. The cabin groaned as we pushed open the door, and an unpleasant, damp smell filled the air. Inside was dark and chilly, with our flashlights revealing dust-covered furniture and cobwebs. Despite its eerie vibe, it offered a place to rest. We huddled together, trying to make sense of the night's events.
"Do you think that thing is still out there?"
Scarlett whispered, her eyes wide with fear. "I don't know," I said, glancing nervously at the window. "But we can't stay here. We need to find our way back." As the sun began to rise, the fog started to clear. The forest looked less menacing in the soft morning light, but the memory of the night's events still haunted us. We ventured outside, hoping to find our way back, and finally spotted a familiar trail marker from the day before. Relieved but exhausted, we made our way back to the hotel. We arrived, tired and dirty, just as the teachers were waking up. Mr. Thompson looked worried and asked,
"Where have you been?"
Lim weakly replied.
"Just exploring."
His bravado faded. We exchanged glances. As we left the hotel, the forest seemed peaceful in daylight, but I knew it hid secrets, best left alone. Pinewood Forest stayed with us as a reminder of the lesson we learned, that some places and mysteries are best left unexplored and not all adventures are worth the risk. Have you ever had an adventure that made you rethink exploring the unknown? Share your experience in the comments below. If you enjoyed this thrilling adventure, make sure to hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe for more thrilling adventures